The United States Navy is advancing efforts to integrate the Patriot surface-to-air missile system into the Aegis Combat System to strengthen maritime air and missile defense capabilities. Lockheed Martin disclosed at the Sea Air Space 2026 Symposium on April 21st that it has been awarded a formal contract by the Navy to integrate PAC-3 MSE, missile segment enhancement, interceptors with the Aegis system. The initial phase of the contract is valued at approximately $93 million, with total program costs expected to exceed $200 million over its duration. Jason Reynolds, Vice President and General Manager at Lockheed Martin Missiles and Fire Control, IAMD, said, "We've been working on this for nearly a decade at Lockheed Martin, investing our own resources to bring this capability into reality. And what we're going to do is show you that these battle-tested capabilities are going to be working better together." In parallel, the U.S. Navy has requested more than $1.73 billion in its fiscal year 2027 budget to procure approximately 405 Patriot interceptors. As outlined in the request, the service considers PAC-3 MSE integration with Aegis to provide an additional layer of defense against a wide range of threats, including tactical ballistic missiles, air-breathing threats, cruise missiles, and unmanned aerial systems. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes how PAC-3 MSE interceptor is set to bolster U.S. Navy's air defense capacity. Before we proceed, a word on NordVPN, which is one of the most trusted and fastest VPN brand that has a no-log policy validated by Deloitte. NordVPN provides a 256-bit encrypted tunnel that protects your privacy and also enables you to access contents that are blocked based on geolocation. Its threat protection system helps you avoid phishing, scams, and malware. NordVPN application is available for all the major platforms as well as browsers. Get an exclusive NordVPN deal with massive saving by going to nordvpn.com/defense or clicking the link in the description. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. The contract represents the culmination of sustained efforts to integrate Patriot missiles with the Aegis Combat System. The Aegis Combat System is the United States Navy's most advanced surface warfare architecture, engineered as a fully integrated suite. Its core components, including missile launch systems, radar arrays, computing infrastructure, and operator interfaces, are seamlessly networked to operate as a unified combat system. Lockheed Martin conducted a communications test in June 2023 between a modified PAC-3 MSE data link and the AN-SPY-1 radar, a critical element of the Aegis weapon system, to validate compatibility. As part of this effort, the interceptor's dual-band data link was upgraded to a tri-band configuration, enabling communication within Aegis's S-band frequency. In 2024, the manufacturer successfully test-fired a PAC-3 MSE interceptor from an Mark 70 containerized launch platform using a virtualized Aegis weapon system, effectively a road-mobile adaptation of the fleet's Mark 41 vertical launch system, VLS. According to reports, there will be no change in the Mark 41 VLS and the interceptors being adapted into launch cells. Lockheed Martin had earlier indicated that each canister will house a single PAC-3 MSE missile. Viewers may note that Arleigh Burke-class destroyers and Ticonderoga-class cruisers have 96 and 122 VLS cells respectively. The Patriot PAC-3 MSE interceptor represents the most advanced missile variant within the Patriot air defense system. It is an evolution of the battle-proven PAC-3 missile, incorporating significant enhancements in kinematics, guidance, and engagement capability. The PAC-3 MSE is designed to engage targets using a direct hit-to-kill mechanism. However, they also contain a relatively small explosive warhead known as a lethality enhancer. This warhead is primarily designed to disperse metal fragments called cycloids. These fragments increase the physical mass that the target collides with, thereby enhancing the likelihood of a successful intercept, especially against smaller targets like cruise missiles. The missile is initially guided by the platform's fire control radar and transitions to active radar homing during the terminal phase. Its seeker is a high-power, highly accurate, all-weather active Ka band radar, enabling precise target acquisition and tracking under diverse operational conditions. The PAC-3 MSE variant delivers greater speed, extended range, and higher engagement altitude, enabled by a larger 11.4-inch dual-pulse solid rocket motor. Additionally, enlarged folding control fins, combined with an attitude control section equipped with attitude control motors, provide enhanced maneuverability and rapid divert capability during terminal phase intercepts. According to the manufacturer, the missile is capable of intercepting ballistic missile targets at ranges of up to 40 kilometers, 25 miles, while engaging aircraft and cruise missile threats at distances exceeding 60 kilometers, 37.5 miles. The Aegis Combat System currently integrates a layered missile defense architecture, employing SM-3 missile interceptors for mid-course and exo-atmospheric engagements, SM-6 missile and SM-2 missile for upper-tier air defense, and Evolved Sea Sparrow missile, ESSM, for point defense. The addition of the PAC-3 MSE would introduce a combat-proven hit-to-kill capability optimized for terminal phase interception. This enhancement would enable close-in engagement of maneuvering ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, hypersonic threats, unmanned aerial systems, and aircraft that penetrate the system's outer defensive layers. Previously, Lockheed Martin highlighted that the PAC-3 MSE overlaps with several mission sets currently assigned to the SM-6. Integrating PAC-3 MSE into the U.S. Navy's inventory could therefore preserve the more costly SM-6 interceptors for extended range roles beyond the PAC-3's operational envelope, thereby improving overall force employment efficiency and operational flexibility. In Ukraine, Patriot air defense system batteries have demonstrated notable combat effectiveness, including intercepts of Russian Kinzhal hypersonic missiles, previously characterized as invulnerable by Russian President Vladimir Putin. It is important to note that Patriot systems, particularly advanced interceptors such as the PAC-3 MSE, are subject to production constraints. However, rising demand from the United States and allied nations has driven significant industrial expansion. Lockheed Martin has entered into a 7-year framework agreement to increase annual PAC-3 interceptor production from approximately 600 to 2,000 units, while Boeing has reached an agreement with the Pentagon to quadruple seeker production capacity. The first naval platform equipped with these modified interceptors is projected to deploy in 2028.